face to face with it, and then make friends with it. And then accept it. But allow the worst to occur in it. You see, many times we have feelings that we don't like, so we go away, go away. You know? Have you felt that? Go away, but it's still there. So you deal in it. You deal with that anger, maybe differently, but the anger is still there. Maybe you will, walk away, and you'll say, well, I didn't get angry, I walked away. You physically walked away one step in the right direction, but you didn't walk away from here, which is the worst thing, the hardest thing to do. The hardest thing is to walk away, easy to walk away. So the moment you walk away physically and you haven't mentally, say it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I don't want this in my mind. You pray, you ask for help, you ask for guidance. Bless me that I could be the opposite of that trait. Or let's say, for example, anger. Bless me that I may be peaceful. Bless me that I may be peaceful. And then the next step is, every time that anger comes up again, as soon as the anger comes up, replace it with something that gives you peace immediately. Got it? You can't wait even a second. So you be really quite aware that the anger has come up. Okay? First step, accept it, feel it, acknowledge it. Second step, understand how sick it makes you feel. Third step, this is like a process. It doesn't happen overnight. I'm talking about a few months or years, depending on you. How much you dislike the anger depends on you. If you really make yourself feel sick over it, you won't. After a while, you just have to let it go. You have to let it go. And then the more positive step, the moment it comes up, watch it and replace it with something peaceful very quickly. Something the opposite scene. Now this takes a lot of strength. Or even replace it with something very funny, very comical. The total opposite. Laugh. Here it comes again. Laugh. Here it comes again. No, here it comes again. I can't seem to ever get over this. I'm never going to do this, Gina. Don't just, what can I do? What can you do? And then it takes the pressure off the mind that it has to do something. And the heart that I'm bad, I feel guilty. It takes all that pressure away because you're laughing. And when you laugh, what happens? You can watch it. It already, half of the anger is diminished. It's diminished just by your laughing. And you do this many, many times and you admit it. But don't admit it, which is a lot of people, I admit it. But you have to do something practical about it. No point admitting, I'm an angry person, and don't do anything practical. The practice is really important, replacing that peaceful memory. That's how I work with people with phobias, when they have phobias. You associate what they fear with something very nice, something very beautiful. And they face it slowly, 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 until one day they're no longer frightened of it. I remember somebody came to me, she had to have an operation, and she was petrified of needles. So she said, I can't go, I need to have an operation, I'm going to faint, I'm going to fall apart. So first of all, we brought her back in time, and actually we found out that long time ago, something happened at the hospital, and needles in the hospital were associated in her mind. So once she understood that, the fear still did not go. It still was there. So what I did is, the next session I had with her, I brought in safety pins. She's not scared of safety pins. Safety pins? I said, yes, I'm holding it in my hand. Nice safety pin. I keep opening while she's talking to me. I'm talking about really nice things, things that she likes, fashion and makeup and art, and all the time I'm holding that safety pin, and then I open up the safety pin, and it looks like a needle, doesn't it? So I'm like this, doing this to me. She said, what are you doing? I said, you're intelligent. She said, you're pretending that's a needle. I said, it is. I said, do you want to feel it? Yeah, no problem, it's a safety pin. So she put the safety pin no problem. We did that for 2 or 3 weeks till she opened the safety pin, made it look like a needle, put it on herself. And finally, on the 5th week, I went to the syringe. I got it from a nurse, a real syringe with the needle, right? And I took it out and he goes, oh! I said, it's a safety pin. She laughed exactly like you're doing now. Exactly, she did laugh. You see, she broke the tension. Because for 5 weeks she saw that safety pin and she got used to the safety pin. So I said, this is a safety pin. Okay, then I said, okay, first of all, I removed the needle part. Play with this. Play with the syringe part, right? Play with it. Hold it in your hands. Wow, that was brilliant. Yes, you did it. Second part, I put the needle in. Hold it. It's okay? Yes, it's okay. You can do it. A little bit shaky, but can do it. Third step, I put the needle against my own skin. But I don't show the syringe and I say it's a safety pin. She can do it. I do it on her skin. She can do it. And the 5th stage, guess what? She had the operation, no problem. She didn't faint, she didn't collapse. And the first thing she did was call me 2 days later from England. I did it, she said. I said, of course, it's a safety pin. Do you see how the mind works, right? It's association. So if you can associate something with something simpler, something better, you can change your mind. And yes, it will take a little time. Don't expect it right away. And it depends on how much you want to get over that challenge. You know, sometimes we have challenges and really a person doesn't want to get over it. You know, they'll say, I want to get over this, I keep repeating the same mistakes, and I said, then you have to give this up. Oh, but I'm not sure if I can. I said, it's not that you cannot, you don't want to yet. You're not ready to let go. Come back in 6 months. When you're really ready to let go. You're not ready. So, you know, it's the Om Triambagam mantra. It says, you know, it's just like a cucumber on a tree. When it's really, really heavy, it will just fall off naturally by itself. If you pull it off, it's not ripe. If it's not ripe, it's not delicious, right? When it's ripe, it falls off. So sometimes we want to rush things. But if you force a break or you force something in your life, you force it doesn't work. It is a lot of stress, there's a lot of pain. Sometimes you just have to take that pain 1 month more, 2 months more, even sometimes 3 years or 4 years or 5 years till it's done. And then you say, this is the moment, I can't do it anymore. And you know, this is the moment. And when you do it, you just do it. And it feels right. And it's okay. And you can cope with it. Many times we try to strip ourselves of things, and you know, I have learned over the years, sometimes it's not even your fault or anybody's fault. This is kind of karmic. It's almost like your karma has led you to that point to face those things for some time. So when you're going through a difficult situation and you feel, I'm really trying, but nothing's working, be gentle with yourself. I must be gentle with myself. I must love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment. And accept, okay, this is karmic. It's a painful situation. I can't seem to get out. I'm doing my best. But no matter how much I do, can't seem to do it. Don't worry, you will suffer enough one day and life will kick you out. You will know when you're ready. All these practices do is help you to deal with your mind style. So that you not like panicked. That's all. That's why, you know, nowadays so many people have panic attacks. Tremendous. I've never seen so many people have panic attacks. And the reason is because there is no time for reflection. That's all. Understanding. We're human. What can you do? Sometimes God or life or universe has given you a kind of personality and a kind of trait. And it's really nice that first step is that you recognize that you got this personality and you got this trait. Many people are in denial. Great. Recognizing is great. It's half the job done. And then allow time for your healing. Allow it. It will take time. But if you want it enough, it comes very quickly. As Sri Patanjali would say in the Yoga Sutras of Sri Patanjali, to the keen and intent practitioner, this samadhi or peace comes very quickly. So it's up to you. I remember before I started yoga, I was in a phase in my life, I was so angry. The anger was so awful for me. For me, anger was awful, and my nature was not made. I don't believe anybody was made to be angry. But for me to be angry, and I couldn't understand, and couldn't, I made a mart of myself. I did anything for my husband, I would say, I did it for you, and still be angry, What's the point? I couldn't stand people who did that. You do something for somebody and then make them feel guilty about it. And there I was, this horrible human being that I didn't like at all anymore. I didn't recognize who I was. And then when I prayed so hard, I need help, I can't get out of it. And guess what? I get a phone call from who?
Good.
I'm coming to Zinao for a peace conference in Switzerland. Can I come and visit you afterwards? And then I got the tools of yoga after that. And then my desire for peace and the feeling I had that 1 week living with him and looking after him and doing everything for him, that peace I got with the service and love was so phenomenal that I didn't want anything else after that. So it became so clear. So the keenness came from the inspiration. The inspiration. I want peace above all. And then when he said, make peace your God, he made it very clear to me. Because God sometimes confuses so many people because we all have visions of God in our own way. One person interprets it one way, the other person. So for me, it was like a little scary because I love God so much, but I don't want to talk about God so much because it's not accepted in this world and the connotations are not nice with it, with the wars and holy wars and so many wars in God's name. So I loved God and somehow don't want to mention God until I realized that this God energy was universal energy, consciousness, divinity, joy, laughter, and all this took years of learning. And then simplify your life. When you have a problem, when you have a challenge, take that problem and look for the simplest solution. Many times we have a problem, we make it like, but this will happen, and that will happen, and that will happen, and what if? Yes. No, the problem is today, now. How would you react to it today, now? But not even what if. No, it doesn't matter. Today, now. How would you react to it today? What do you feel today? I can't talk to you about what's going to happen tomorrow. How do you feel today? I feel that this is the reason that that's it. That's your answer. You got it. You got your answer. Today, this is how you feel. This is your reason. Follow it today. You can only follow it moment to moment. Tomorrow, I don't know. But what comes from your heart naturally? What's easy? It makes you feel good. Sometimes you want to take the other road, but what's your energy telling you? Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But everybody else is saying, do it, do it, do it. Can I tell you a fridge story? Yes. Vicky has one of these big fridges that her mother gave to her, really expensive €2,000 job. And she had it for 15 years, and the mechanism broke down. So Vicky's thinking, and this is my thinking too, but these things, once it breaks down, oh my God, I learned this from life, hundreds to repair it. You might as well get a new machine. So nowadays, something breaks down, I just get a new machine, give it to somebody else who can repair it. A mechanic normally, many people who need machines like that always have a mechanic they know will do it free of charge for that. But us, we will get charged to the hilt. So anyway, she goes to this and she goes, no, I think it's time to get a new machine. And everybody's like, oh, but it's 2,000 and it's only 500 for this part and it'll last you another 15 years. And she felt, I really know, maybe it's time, 15 years, good years it's given me, it's time for a change. But everybody told her she was like in the clouds. So she pays the 500, the mechanic comes in, correct me if I'm wrong. The mechanic comes in, puts the new machine in the old fridge. Guess what? The old fridge breaks the new machine. Very nicely, the mechanic says, okay, it's under guaranteed 500 euros, I should hope so, right? So immediately broken, he puts a new part in. It breaks. It's not working, the fridge. She said, Nalanie, I should have followed my instinct. I said, yeah. You know, many times you know. You just know, don't you? And she just knew. But then we're so easily influenced, right? By what the world tells us. But in your heart, you know, no matter what anybody is saying, there's a feeling, this can't be. Oh, why would you want to do that? Why would, yeah, why not? And then you go, I know. And then you do the wrong thing. It's not wrong or right, it's a learning. You always learn. And what happens with this is, this challenge is like in Vicky's case, next time machine breaks and everybody tells her to get a part, she'll say, no, I'm going to buy a new one. See, it's a learning. I mean, that's how I learned it. Because in my early bouts of my marriage, all my machines broke down. Can't blame them, I was always angry. Notice machines work with your moods. Huh? Watch it, it's really interesting. My house now, I'm going to move soon. Everything is a little breaking down. But you know why? It's really sad that I'm leaving. I can feel it, because I've loved this little apartment. My life has been very simple, in a tiny apartment. I've fallen in love with the simplicity of it. But I guess I have work to do, so I got the bigger home for work, because it makes it, I can do more service. But the little apartment is cozy and easy. I lock the door. Simple life. But it's not about what I want. You know, life is not about, when you live like that, the gods look after you. They really look after you. Trust me. Please trust me on that. But it takes time. You know, when you start surveying, even one day, you go into full service, just fun. Right, Amber, the other day, we went to do the lawyer for the charity. Yeah. We went to see a lawyer, she came to help me. One day, didn't we have a magical day?
Amazing.
It was magical, you know. First, the lawyer says he was not going to charge us, because we were in that field of service, right? We're willing to do anything. And then we go to an artist that comes to talk there in Spain, invited us, invited me to see his works. And then I was thinking, simple works, it's up in the mountain.
Across the river.
Yes, we couldn't even cross it. Thank God Amber was with me. Where am I going to?
Thank God on the way back the river hadn't gone up, because the guy was saying, oh, let's see what the river's like if we can get back across it.
Anyway, we get there and his artwork is
amazing.
phenomenal. Amazing. And guess what he does? Glasswork, like stained glass, but in such a modern way. I've never seen anything like it. Then he shows us all his catalogs. His pieces are not less than 2,500 per piece. And they're exhibited everywhere in the world. And he was so humble with it, you know? Yeah. And then he offered to give us one for our yoga center, the new one that I'm building. So people are kind, you see? Energy creates energy. I didn't even ask, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, I didn't even ask. I said, look, I don't know if we can afford this, that's all. It's beautiful, it's fantastic. Love. I said, you know what, I'd like to do that for the center. You know, I've given one to a Buddhist center, you know. So, and we notice people, when you work from the spirit, there is a sense. There is like an energy that flows.
And he has no attachment to his work either.
No.
Because he was very willing to lend us his work to exhibit, and I was thinking, oh my God, the glass, they were me, and be like, oh my God, they're gonna smash my pieces, and he was just totally free, and they're so valuable, I'm sure, not just the monetary value, but obviously to him, and he was really generous.
Very generous, yeah. Working from the spirit, you see? And I see how people, when they work from the spirit, they enlighten their lives and those around them. Bhagavad Gita, enlighten your own life, but everyone that touches your life will be enlightened by you. So this is the joy of living in the Spirit, and the Spirit has no prejudices, no biases. The Spirit understands. The Spirit understands that all troubles, all challenges are given to you personally, and this is what you must understand. Totally, I am Spirit, and every single challenge I am getting in my life, every single one, is because I am so loved to take me out of this attachment. Sri Patanjali tells us 2 things tie us down. No, 1 thing ties us down. Non-attachment. But we have to practice for a long time and lose our attachments. The Bible says, New Testament, Lord Jesus says, doesn't he? Said, your family will hate you, and this one will hate you, and that one will hate you. Something like that. Leave your families.
Yes.
Long time since, am I correct?
Yeah.
Thank you. What does it mean there? It doesn't mean that they will hate you and they'll curse you, but even from your own family members, you will get a lot of pain. And why? To learn that nothing is yours, not even your family is yours. They're all on loan. All on loan. And that's the message. Life is giving you personally because your spirit wants something so much more. But we fight, we resist the call, the higher call of our soul. We resist the higher call of our spirit. We're frightened to be more than, we're frightened to be who we are. We're more frightened of our light. We're frightened to live freely. We're quite happy bound sometimes. And yet we know we don't like to be in the cage. You know, Guru Dev said, and this is a thing I love to quote from him. He said, a silver cage, a steel cage, or a gold cage, still a cage. Still a cage. Still a cage. You drop one, you take it out, still a cage.
And people think they're going to be happier with money, no?
Yes.
But it's still gold, but it's still a cage.
It's still a cage. Money is energy. Everything is energy. We're given everything as energy. Money is wonderful. It's our attachment to it that makes us miserable.
That's the cage.
That's the cage. Our attachment is the cage. Our attachment. Relationships fall apart because of possessiveness, ownership, not allowing the other person to grow and fly, but wanting them to come down, be with me. If you have to lose a person because they grow and fly, let them fly. That's unconditional love. Let them fly. Real love is let them fly. That's what they want to do with their lives. What can you do? What you're going to do? Pull them down? And so many people do this. You're flying. I'm not. So guess what? I'm going to make you feel horrible about yourself. You're not good enough in this. You're not good enough in that. You're not. Why? Because it makes me feel, I'm not left behind. How many times have I seen this? How many times have I seen it? But we have to allow people to fly the wings. Don't you like to fly?
And then there's the reverse then, no? Because that person who wants to fly and is getting pulled back is also attached to not letting go to fly further, no?
No, sometimes they feel they don't want to hurt the other person. They don't want to hurt them. It is an attachment not to hurt. But also there's a wisdom in that, because when you love someone, you sometimes have to sacrifice your freedom to serve them. Huh? So you realize that they're caught. See, then you understand the law of karma a little bit more clearly. They're caught from that law of karma. But at the same time, being caught can give the most love. Hard to do. You have to be very strong in consistency. You have to be not fickle. You have to know who you are and what you are. It's hard to do. That's why I always say, know yourself, know yourself, know yourself. Know your weaknesses. Like you said, you started off this thing, like this personality trait, right? No, this is a weakness. Apply the opposite. So, and give yourself the challenge all the time. What you fear, approach. What you fear, approach. Approach it differently. Like the needle with a safety pin. You approach it differently, but you still have to approach. Make it easier for yourself to approach. Are you understanding? But don't fight it. Approach it. Find the means. Every problem has a solution. That's why there's a problem. There is a solution. And every time you get a challenge, go, no. That's what I started to learn to do by listening to my master's words. Surf the wave. The higher the wave, the bigger the challenge, the more exciting. So the more difficult. Can I do it? Can I do it? For me, the most difficult challenge I ever faced in my life was my husband's death. Truthfully. Nothing was as painful as that. And I thought, am I going to fall and feel sorry for myself? You know, make my kids feel guilty, make everybody feel around me, poor me? Or can I surf it and thank God for everything I learned during his death? That was my challenge. And I did it. I did it. I can sit here today and did it. I can be happy in the pain. Great, that's the challenge. And if I do it, I tell you all, hey, listen, I did it. You go through a really bad time, you can do it. Some of you are much better than me. So you can do it. You just have to decide. You just have to decide that you're going to do it. Do you want to look at like a pathetic fool? Or do you want to be the one to, do you want to be the example to egg people on, to have hope? Your choice. There's nothing wrong. It's just that you suffer longer, but that's your choice again. There's nothing wrong with choices. Some choices will just make you suffer, and other ones will elevate you. You know, I much rather people take my strength than take my weakness, because what do I leave behind? Why would I want to spoil anybody else's day? If I'm really bad, I stay alone. I'm very happy alone. I'm very happy alone. Me and God or my universe, I can cry with my universe happily alone, and I don't contaminate anybody else's day. That's how I feel, sincerely. And you know, after a while you develop, when you have such a close relationship with the divine energy, and that comes over the years, when you have so much faith, you never feel alone. You can deal with things better alone than with people. People confuse you. They'll tell you you should think this way, and you should think this way, and you should think this way. 10 people telling you what to do. Alone you get one voice. One clear voice. I want to be free. I want to dance. I want to fly. And then the answers come. How to be free, how to dance, how to fly. It comes. And then you can stick to it. But when you're surrounded with so much advice, it's very difficult. It's not easy. It really isn't easy. In a way, I'm very grateful I'm living on my own, because I can do that. I have a lot of time alone to decipher, although I don't have a lot of time. I have a lot of time between midnight and 6. So there's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. You can do so much without time. So, how much do you want to be peaceful? Again and again it comes back to that question. And some people say, look, I'm not ready yet. I still have to go through this problem one more time. Then go through it. Just go through it. You're not ready. What can you do? Hit yourself with a stick? Not ready yet. Pray, ask for help. Prayer helped me many times in my life, because I knew I would get an answer. And I did. Always. May take a little time. It always does in your life too. I can almost guarantee it. You try. Doesn't matter who or what you pray to. I don't think it makes a difference. You're crying to yourself, your deep, deep, deep self that comes from the source. The real source that's available to all of us. And it hears you. But many people pray, but they don't really want, they still have this thing, I don't really want it. No, haven't you heard it many times? Oh, Nalanie, I really want to get out of this relationship. And get out? No, but I'm not ready. You're not ready? Good. Don't worry so much about getting out till you're ready. Don't stress yourself. You're not ready, otherwise you won't be out. But you're not ready, so don't think it anymore. You're not ready? Stick with it. Stick with it. When you're really ready, wow, the message will come so loud and clear. I really can't do this anymore. I just had enough. That's it, that's it, that's it. And you'll walk. And that's how it happens.
Nalanie, shall I draw the curtains?
Is this? No, I didn't even
Are you okay?
notice. Yes.
Is the sun's right on your nose?
Okay, maybe I
It's a
didn't
lovely
notice.
light.
Is it? Okay, we'll leave it. I didn't even notice. Does it bother you?
No,
If it doesn't bother you, I'm okay. Yeah. I didn't even notice, so don't worry. It doesn't bother me. Cheers. Anybody want some water? There's my guru.
Very nice.
It's lovely cup, isn't it? I should drink it this way. See? Happy 50th birthday. It seemed like yesterday. I'm soon going to be 57. You see? Time goes very quickly. Don't waste it. Please don't waste it. Too precious. Work with yourself. You're your best doctor. You're best. I tell you, there is no better guru than the one that sits in your heart. Read things that make your life, that elevate. Don't be around people who are arrogant. Don't be around people who are possessive. Don't be around people who are always complaining. Not because of anything, but because you'll get that energy, whether you like it or not. You surround it, you will get it. Try and elevate. Not because you don't like them, you love them anyway. But until you are strong enough, they will evaporate your mind and take away your strength, your spiritual strength. When you're strong, you can be with anyone. It won't hurt you. In fact, the more you're with depressed people, and the more you're with people who are suffering, you'll just say every day, I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful. It makes you just feel so grateful for your life. It just does. When you're very strong and you want so much, so very much for the other person to feel the same way as you. So much that they should be joyful. See? Because you are strong at that point. There's nothing more for you to do but just wish everybody that strength so that they can realize that nobody is better than the other. We're all divine. The problem is we think everybody's better than us, but really, we're all divine. I've always said one thing. There are people in this world that'll be much better and smarter than me. There'll be people in this world that's not as smart as me. I'm in the middle. Thank God. I'm so grateful, because if you're up there all the time with this intellectual stuff, you really go a little crazy. And you think you're some God-made guru, man-made guru. Forget it. You don't want to go there. Ego problems. If you know too little, you can't take hold of your own life, because you need the knowledge to grow. So somewhere in the middle is fine. Keeps you humble enough, And it's a really nice place to be. Why would you want to do anything else anyway? People at the top have such problems, don't they? Hounded by press, and hounded by this, and hounded by that. Oof. Be free. Be who you are. And love who you are. You are a gift to you. You are a gift to you with all your mind stuff. It's only, if you can just understand, it's all mind stuff. I love Sri Patanjali for that. He puts it so nicely, not even thoughts, mind stuff. You have too much mind stuff today. Okay, I'm fine, but my mind is going all over the place. What can I do? Last week, Shanti and I were laughing because we both had so many errands to run before I came here for 2 o'clock. So many errands, and everywhere I went to do the errand, nothing worked. Nothing worked. Just couldn't do anything. And then I meet her and I go, wow. One of those days, I made the time. I came 4 hours early to do all my banking. Everything wasn't available. She said, oh, Nalanie, I had the same thing. We both just couldn't stop laughing.
That's true.
This Wednesday, I come only with 1 hour to spare. Everything, clockwork. All my errands done, and I only gave 1 hour. And I come in, I said, Shanti, she goes, today's great. Tomorrow flight. Oh, I think we both started laughing. Because we didn't stress about it. You couldn't do it, I'm not going to cancel my appointment just to fix this. No, I don't want to stress everybody out. I made an appointment. I have an appointment at 2. I'm going to be here by 2. And if I didn't get my work done by 2, forget it. Nalanie, that's your problem. That's your problem. Till next Wednesday, don't even think about it. So 1 week later, I do try again. Everything went smoothly. And life is like that. Sometimes things just don't work on that day. And I was so proud that you laughed about it too. And we both laughed about it. You see, you lighten the load. Normally when you want to do it and you don't do it, then you spend the next 3 days, I should have done it. Oh, wasted 3 more days in your life. I can't do anything about it till next Wednesday, so don't think. You have to be very strong. See, you have to learn. Your mind loves to go back to it, and this is where the mantra comes in again. Mind loves to go back. Oh, but only if I had gone to see this woman or gave a phone call before, and maybe things would have been ready on time. You didn't do it, Nalanie. Don't even think it. What's the point of thinking maybe if you called the person? You didn't. Over. Finished. Don't think. Make it simple. You didn't. That's it. You can't change back the clock. So don't think anymore. And you talk to yourself like that. And it's very quick you can solve problems. Very quickly. Just don't allow your mind to waver. Loves to draw you back. No, I've done this again and again and again. You're not taking me there. I'm staying here. You want to make all the noise? I am peaceful. And you can see the difference. I am peaceful. You carry on with that. I am peaceful. Doesn't matter. The mind will do. And you notice that you and the mind are different. It's really wonderful all the time. And then you can even decide, today I want to be a little childish and have some fun. You decide. You do it. Nothing wrong with it. It's great fun. You have a great day. You have a great laugh. And the other day, I don't feel like working. Yeah. I know I have stacks of emails, but I need a break. I need an hour. I'm not working. I'm going on strike. Finish. Emails, you can wait. And do you know how freeing that was? So I went for a nice long walk by the beach and looked at the sea. No emails. I leave my phone behind purposely. I don't want to know it. I don't want to know. And you do that and you feel free. Why not? People can wait 1 hour, no problem. So you don't give it too much. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. We give it too much energy. We put too much background thinking that's unnecessary. Make it simple. Can you take this home with you today? Make it simple. Make it simple. Now, how can I deal with this problem? I'm in so much pain. Now I'm in so much pain. Okay, we'll sit in my room and listen to some sad music and have a good cry. When you do that, you feel a bit silly. The pain will go. Do you feel a bit silly? But deal with it now. Now I feel like sitting in the sun. And maybe you're in a job, but you really feel like sitting in the sun. 1 minute. Everybody, 1 minute breathing break. Go out in the sun. Get the energy. I'm back again. I've done it. I wish I was in the sun. I wish I was out in the sun, but I've gone because I've got a job. And By the end of the day, you've hated your boss. You've hated all your colleagues. You've been in a bad mood. When all you have to do is take 1 minute. Tell everybody, would you mind? I'm taking even 5 minutes. Nobody would. 5-minute break out in the sun. Because I feel I need the sun. And then you take a few deep breaths. But because the 5 minutes is so intense, because you're actually doing what you really want to do, it's like food. It's like food. You go back into the office, you shake off all that negative energy, and you're ready to work again. I used to teach students before, and many years ago when I had art students, and I go, normally your concentration span for studying, because I used to love studying and I learned this by myself, after 45 minutes is gone. And I said, and then for exams, they study and then they get like panicked. I'm never going to finish, and then they take the book, and then the more they panic, nothing goes in. Do you know that feeling? Yeah. Nothing goes in, and you're like 5 hours later and nothing's gone in. So I used to teach them that, study. Know your span. Some people have longer spans, some people have shorter, some people have only 20 minutes focusing. Once you do the 20 minutes and you concentrate and you see your mind going, close the book, take a real break. take a real break. Don't just take a break and, oh my God, I haven't finished. No, just take a real disconnect, non-attachment to the study. Take a break for 20 minutes. I say, watch a TV program that you love. Doesn't matter because you don't have to think. Better even, the mind doesn't go. Put on something you enjoy, watch it, watch an episode of Friends. You'll feel really funny after that, relaxed, and then you go back to your studying. And then you can study again. And then you find you're fresh, you're refreshed, because you've actually gone away from that same thought. And that's how I studied, and that's how I got straight A's, and it worked, it just worked. And I used to tell my kids, take a break and take a break. But don't take a break and carry a book with you, and you're having a cup of tea and you're getting indigestion. You don't even taste your sandwich, you eat it like it's like straw. You know, you eat and there's nothing going in there, and no vitamins going in your body, and by the time you finish with your exams, you're pale and sickly, and you've got panic attacks and you're fearful. Don't do that to yourself. Life is the same way. What is that advertisement? Take a break, have a break. I would say take a break and have a deep breath. And that's what you do. Have a few deep we need to do anymore. We even get entertainment. So ask yourself over, what are my challenges? I suggested the book, Face Your Fear and Do It Anyway. Any of you read it? Brilliant. Please read it, by Susan Jeffers. You think you've got a problem? Read Left to Tell. Immaculée Ilibaniza. You'll never have a problem again. There are some really great souls in our world that do great things, and there are some great books you can read to really learn how strong the human spirit is. And the book you lent me many, many years ago by Viktor Frankl, what was the name of it? Logarithms or something?
Man's Search for Meaning.
Man's Search for Meaning. Brilliant. Brilliant book. Please read it. You know, there are some things that make you feel very elevated. Read those books. Shanti belongs to a spiritual cinema circle. Yeah. And sometimes they have really nice movies. She's been telling me for months.
And sometimes you can get them on YouTube as well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I found the Louise Hay one on YouTube.
Ah, great, yeah, because sometimes they put them into their, from somebody else, they actually put them into their series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, you just elevate your mind.
So
Once in a
YouTube,
while.
you can heal your life from Louise Hay. She starts, like you say, in the car, stupid me, I did it again, good for nothing. And it's like, you know, she teaches you how to stop that, what you're thinking, and it carries on.
It's all mind stuff. And all knowing who you are, it's that simple. So if you understand, it's all from the mind. I am not my mind. Okay, the mind's going crazy, but I'm not my mind. I'm not this body, immortal self. I am, as Master Shivananda said. So simply, so how do you work with this mind? Again, he brought it down to simple. Serve, love, give, meditate, purify, realize, be kind, be good, be compassionate, inquire who am I, and be free, adapt, adjust, accommodate, bear insult, bear injury, Hariya sadhana. Saint Francis broke it down very simply. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. See? Praktipaksha Bhavana, replacing the negative for the positive. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is
Doubt,
joy,
faith
joy.
in you.
Where is
Injury,
injury,
pardon.
pardon. See the opposite. Like I said, bring the opposite up. So, and that's the practice. Simple.
Yeah, I did that in my dream the other day. I
Good.
shocked myself. Because I was like, I know I was dreaming, and I was dreaming, I can't remember what it was now exactly, but I know it was something that was giving me a very bad sensation. And I just I didn't know how I did it, because I was asleep, but I remember. I just thought, no, I don't want this feeling. And I started, and I thought, Praktipaksha Bhavana, just replace it with something nice, something beautiful. And then I woke up and I was fine.
You see? You
But it
can,
was strange how you did it subconsciously.
yeah, from years of meditation, from thinking, wanting. No, but you've been contemplating. You've been doing a lot of self-contemplating.
That is. But
You see, self-contemplating is like a concentration. It's no more blaming the outside world. It's starting to take responsibility for your life, which is the shift you have made the last few months. Rather than out there being wrong, the shift is,
internal.
how do I change my behavior? And that's the shift you made. Now, self-contemplation will bring you self-transformation. While you're looking at somebody else, you can never transform. While you're doing this, you can never fix yourself. So the moment you stop blaming anyone, stop. Nothing to do with them. This is a lesson for me. They're just instruments for me to learn. And take on this self-contemplation. Things happen in your brain by itself. That's what you've been doing.
By itself.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
We were talking about it yesterday, were we not? That you can fix,
Dreams,
you can change your dreams.
Yeah.
I change them all the time, so no more nightmares.
Yeah.
It's coming up and I'm changing it.
Changing.
Giving a good ending all the time. And you can visit many places in your dreams. Many, you can choose. You can decide before you go to bed at night, I'm going to dream about this, and you will. You will go there because your mind has become more clear. It's not so cluttered. It becomes like a radio wave, right? You go to this channel. You want to see Sky, you go to Sky News, right? You won't press CNN for Sky News, right? It's the same kind of thing because the mind is so muddled most of the time that you can't get to the right channel. But when the mind is not so muddled, then it's very easy. I want to dream about this tonight. You will dream. That's why many people tell me, oh, Nalanie, I'd love to see Gurudev. I said, you want it so badly, you will meet him in your dreams. And always it happens. You always meet him in your dreams.
Did I go to ask a question? Sorry, I don't know if you disagree. It's not relevant.
Okay,
Totally.
one question and then I will have to leave and Jagrati will give you a deep relaxation.
I just had a couple of questions from colleagues at work. One was asking me why it is that he dreams about the same person like again and again and again, and it's that it's somebody that he doesn't necessarily, he's not close to, but that in his dream they're like best of friends and they're getting on really well and everything's fine. And then the other colleague said that she had a recurring dream where she was inflicting harm on somebody else and it was making her very distressed, but it's a recurring dream and she doesn't know again how to break the...
Is it recurring? She's doing harm to somebody else next time?
That's in her dream, yeah.
Yeah, so you give her a creative visualization, you ask her to take a few deep breaths, go back to that dream while she's awake, but close her eyes, and you ask her to see that she's actually giving this person love and compassion. Okay?
Yeah.
Just tell her to reverse it. And then next time when the dream comes, that is implanted in her subconscious. So while she's sleeping, that new picture will come up.
Which was, know why it's happened because she doesn't...
Sometimes we never know why. Don't ask why.
Okay.
That's your danger point.
That's a distraction.
That's a distraction. Fix it first. If it reoccurs after you fix it, then maybe sometimes it's just leftover karma. You know, sometimes we make something so big, keep it simple. Get the solution. Remember what I said? Make it easy.
Simple.
What did I say? Keep it simple. Now this is the problem, it's a recurring dream. Let's fix that. If it recurs after that, but don't tell her that.
No.
Don't even suggest that. You give her a deep relaxation, close her eyes, see this person 2 or 3 times, make her do it. It'll be gone, not a big deal. You know, it was why not? I'll finish up with this story about dreams, since we've gone from challenges to dreams. Many years ago, this married man came to see me, and he was very disturbed. He was on he took a lot of tranquilizers, etc. And for weeks, I couldn't get to the bottom of the case till one day I said, something's really, you're not telling me something. He was married with 2 children. And then he said to me, you know, Nalanie, I had a dream that I was in love with this man. I was really in love with this man last year. And the dream came like 3 nights over. And he goes, but I'm married and I have children. So I asked him, when you walk in the streets, do you have a tendency to look at other men? He goes, no, I always look at other women. I said, why are you worried? It's only a dream. You mean to tell me that those 3 nights of dreams has caused all your depression? He said, yes, because I thought maybe I could be gay. I said, so I asked him a few questions. I said, you're not. Finish, problem over. He dumped all the drugs. Interesting, wasn't that interesting? And all because of a dream. I said, it could be from a previous life. It could be anything. Why did you pay? He couldn't believe the solution was that simple. Neither could I. After months working with him, months. We spent months with so many different things. And just one day he came up with it, the truth, because he was too scared to. So I said, what's the big deal? I said, do you know everybody's dreams, women dream that they're with women in other lives and men dream that they're with men in other lives? Because we've had so many lives that sometimes these thoughts come to your dreams. You know? Just think it's this life. Don't worry so much about it. It was fine. So, you know, sometimes things just happen. I don't know why. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
You know? You are what you are. You know what you are now. Be proud of who you are now. It's a dream, not real. Don't complicate your life. And on that note, Shanti and I will leave. Jagrati will continue, give you a little bit of meditation.
Meditation or deep
What-
relaxation?
Deep relaxation. No, not enough space for deep relaxation. We'll have to be a little bit of meditation. She'll give you a bit of meditation.